Hello everyone, it's your girl Tinuade of Style by here. You're welcome to another beautiful tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful organza ruffle sleeve. It's totally beginners friendly and it is a beautiful one. You can use it on an English wear and you can even use it on your blouse. So if this sounds like what you are interested in, let's jump right into the tutorial. I've gone ahead to cut out my basic sleeve, and one thing you should know about this sleeve is that it's a two-part sleeve. What I mean by that is that it has a main sleeve, then it has a cuff at the, like a band at the edge of the sleeve. Okay, so this is my basic sleeve and I've gone ahead to cut out the basic sleeve using this brown paper. Okay, I'll be using this brown paper in order for you to understand it better and to make my markings very visible. So the total length of my sleeve is 20 inches. Is a 3/4 sleeve, so you can actually use any length that you want. It's still the same procedure. Okay, so the total length of my sleeve is 20 inches. Okay, so and I want a cuff height of 4 inches. That means I'm left with 16 inches. So I'll be marking out my 4 inches cuff height, then I'll be left with 16 inches, and that 16 inches I won't be leaving it like that. Okay, when I want to cut on my fabric, I will add like 3 inches to it. This is to add fullness to the sleeve and to make it more puffy. Remember, it's a puff with a band. Okay, so I will add like 3 to 5 inches to it, but as for this case I'll be adding 3 inches. Then that makes the sleeve part to be 19 inches as against 16 inches that we have before. So now that we have our two parts, I'll go ahead and cut the cuff out from the main sleeve. So because the measurement I have as my round sleeve, that's what I took down. Yes, I didn't shape it at the cuff, so I'll go ahead and take my round cuff measurement, then I'll measure it out on the cuff, then give it the proper shape. Okay, so after I cut out, I'll go ahead and give it a proper labeling so that I will know the parts to cut on, fold, the up and the down. Okay, so this is my basic sleeve of length 19 inches. Yes, so this is it. And one thing is not that is worthy of notice, that my round sleeve measurement at the upper part is what I took down. I didn't shaping it at the hem there. Yes, because that part is going to be gathered into the cuff. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to partition our basic sleeve so that we can proceed on how we are going to gather the organza on it. Please pay a careful attention at this part. So like I said before, you can do this directly on your fabric, but for visibility's sake, that's why I made it on the brown paper. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is to get the crease line, that which is the midpoint of your basic sleeve. Then you draw a line at the center like so. After that, check what you have from the center line there to the side of the sleeve. So you can go ahead and divide the value as desired. Like if you have from the center to the side of the sleeve, if you have like 9 inches, you can go ahead and partition your one part of the sleeve into 3 inches. Okay, definitely you are going to do the same to the other side, from the midpoint to the other side of the sleeve like so. Okay, so in my own case, I used 3 inches and I use that to draw out a straight line. So I've completed this side. I'll go ahead and draw out the lines at the other side. So I haven't marked out the lines on our basic sleeve, so I've gone ahead to bring in this paper for visibility's sake and for us to understand better. So I mark that part as yardage, while the other side is the length of the organza. Okay, so that paper is representing my organza, so that is the lengthwise, while this is the yardage part. We are going to be marking on the yardage part while we gather along the length. Please just follow carefully. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to fold the paper into 2, which is our organza. Whatever the yardage of the organza you are using, just divide it into 2 equal parts. I mean, you fold across the yardage. Okay, divide the organza into 2 equal parts. Okay, and remember we have 3 inches partition on our basic sleeve, so you can multiply that part by 2 or as desired. So in my case, I multiply by 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So I'll go ahead and start from my midpoint of my organza. Okay, on the yardage part, I'll measure out 9 inches, and the 9 inches I'm going to mark will be into the number of lines that I have on my basic sleeve, with the 2 sides where the arrow is pointing included. So if you count the lines on the basic sleeve with the 2 sides where I pointed the arrow before, you'll notice that we have 7 lines. So I'll go ahead and mark 9 inches to the right and to the left part of my center of the center sleeve. I'm marking 9 inches just because I multiplied each partition that I have on the main sleeve by 3 inches, and 3 times 3 will give me 9. So all you have to do is to make sure that the same number of lines you have on the basic sleeve is what you have on the organza, and that the lines are apart from each other by times 2 or 3 of what you have on your basic sleeve. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is to run a gather stitch on the lines that we already drew on the organza, and we are going to run a gather stitch on it. Yes, and we are going to gather according to the length of the lines we have on the basic sleeve, according to the length we have on the basic sleeve. Just as you see me do the first line there, I'll go ahead and gather it to the length of that line that is there. Okay, on the second line, I'll go ahead and gather it to the length of this. I'll gather each one to the corresponding line. Okay, and I'll be using the measurement of the length that I have on my basic sleeve. Just pay attention, you're going to get it. Okay, so the middle line that I have on my organza paper will be on the midpoint of the basic sleeve, and just like so. So let's go ahead using our main fabric to practicalize so that we can see what I was trying to illustrate with the paper. So here I have my basic sleeve, and I've gone ahead to draw out my 3 inches line apart on it. So that's what I have. So here I also have 2 yards of organza, and I went ahead to fold it into 2. That is the center, and I went ahead to mark 9 inches to the right hand side and to the left hand side of the middle point of the organza. So because of the nature of the organza, it will not hold chalk marking on it, so I went ahead to iron the lines out instead of marking with chalk. So those are the lines that you see there. So I'll follow my crease line now, I mean the mark that I made with my pressing iron. I'll follow it to run out my gather stitch, then I'll bring it back to show us what needs to do. If you have watched to this part and you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly do so now. Turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new tutorial. Give this video a thumbs up so that it can spread to other people who might need it. Thank you very much. So after drawing my gathered stitch, this is what I have. You can see how short the organza is looking now because we have dragged it out and it has formed gathers. So this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place the edge of the organza on our basic sleeve like so, because I've already dragged the gather stitch into that length. Okay, so I'll go ahead and stitch it down, and that's the part that made our line the 6th and the other side of the sleeve the 7th one. Okay, I hope you understand. So I'll go ahead and start stitching down our already gathered organza on the lines that we have already drawn. Okay, I'll just be placing them one at a time on the already drawn lines. So I will stitch it down, bring it back to show us what it looks like. So this is what I have after stitching down. You can see the wrong side only follow the lines, and that's why we are having straight lines at the back, and you can see the 2 edges that I stitch them to. Okay, so you can see what I have. It is the excess that we multiply with that created that fullness on top of the sleeve. Okay, so hope you get the mathematics there now. So it is the excess. So the more you multiply the lines you draw on your basic sleeve, the fuller the sleeve will be. Okay, so before I attach my cuff, the next thing I'm going to do is to neatly pleat the excesses that we have at the upper part and at the lower part of the sleeve. I'll need to pleat them down so that I can attach my cuff at the hem of the sleeve. And lest I forget, that is our cuff. I used the 4 inches cutter that we cut from the basic sleeve earlier, cut that part out. So having knitted the excesses that I have at the upper and the lower part of the sleeve, I'll then go ahead and attach my cuff to the sleeve. I will shaping it, attach it to the main dress, then I'll bring it back to show us what it looks like. Ta-da! After attaching it to my blouse, this is what I have. You can see how gorgeous and how beautiful this can be done on an English wear, and it can also serve this look. Okay, so thank you for watching, thank you for sticking by. It's good having you here. So don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment, and turn on your notification bell. So see you in my next video. Bye.